Well, hello there. This is Audio Heads. We're Geeks Assembled, and today we're finishing up season two or series two of the Big Finish adaptation of Sapphire and Steel. And the story is called The Mystery of the Missing Hour. It's the sixth story of that season, and it's by Joseph Lidster and Lids. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Well,
Lidster.
we call him Little Joey.
Okay, and anyway, the great the this is the story that sort of finishes up with what these two elements have been all about this season. And I will let Lee open with his thoughts on the mystery of the missing hour, please.
The Mystery of the Missing Hour by Joseph Lidster. Sapphire Steel, the Cairo Hilton, Egypt, December 1926. Um,
That's where they start.
narrated,
Ah, come on, bring it.
narrated, narrated by Colin Baker,
Yeah.
Doctor Who number 6. Apparently, he's telling the tale of when he was younger, of these events, what happened. So every now and again, his narration comes back for a scene or whatever. It's a murder mystery.
It is.
Strange murder happens um, in this hotel, but it's not all what it seems. Um, it's by episode 4, because it's a four-parter.
Mm-hmm.
It gets very, very confusing
Yep.
because you find out none of this happened.
Right.
It's it turns out, spoilers, of course. It's a radio play within a
Yeah.
radio play.
Oh,
You're listening to a radio play on a uh, where Sapphire Steel are playing two detectives, and they're not going by the names of Sapphire Steel,
no.
um, because they they are trapped in this mystery as these characters. Um, and I've said the word trap because it does become a trap by the end of it, like the TV series ended with the trap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is what this is, another trap. Um, yeah, all the characters aren't real. It's the fictional characters in a radio play because certain things go wrong. People get the words wrong, get the lines wrong as the story goes along, but you don't really think of that as you're listening to it. But then when it's shown at the end how Steele works it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, the narrator turns out to be the author of the play,
Right.
um, who sort of made a deal with time, which um, is to, traps Sapphire and Steel. Shall I say it on a CD?
Uh-huh.
Last time they were trapped in a window in space. This time
Right.
it ends up the trapped, and that's how it ends. Um, and that's how they were going to leave it. This was going to be the final in the series of Sapphire and Steel audio.
Mm-hmm.
But the four stories what follow in series 3 were recorded the same time as series 2. So they decided to release a series 3 afterwards.
Instead of putting trying to slot them in
Slot
at
them
the
in into the
middle of
series 2. Yeah.
series
Um,
two, they put them at the end. They put it. Yeah.
They released them later as a series, as an add-on series three. So they had to. Well, I won't go into what happens in series three, but they were going to end it here with the Sapphire Steel range.
Right.
Trapped, and the last words was, "It's so quiet."
Right.
But yeah, it is a very the way that it's twists and turns in the last episode. It's amazing acting and writing as well. You've got to give it to Joe. He knows how to write a good tale.
Yeah.
And it does sometimes you have to sit down and think, oh yeah, that happened. That oh yeah, they did say that, and it all comes back and it gels together. But yeah,
Right.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, as you say, you got Colin Baker in here. Um, you've got Sarah Douglas, who, if you're a, shall we say, a Superman fan from Superman 2, she was it Ursa,
Yeah.
one of the three villains.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got Ian Brooker in here, Ian Hallard, great actor, also husband to Mark Gatiss. Um, who else have we got? Oh, Nigel Fairs is in here as well. You've got an ensemble cast.
You've
And
got Nicholas Briggs as Arthur, and
no,
you've got
no, you aren't. Ian Hallard's Arthur.
oh, it's on the I'm sorry, on the Big Finish webs uh apps. It says uh
Um, you've
Nicholas
got
Briggs plays Arthur.
no, you Arthur Stroke Frederick, the twins, are played by Ian Hallard. So
Uh,
Jane Stroke Betty is played by Kate Debenham Taylor, and the MC is Nigel Fairs.
yep.
Marjorie Sarah Douglas, Cornelius Ian Brooker, narrator Colin Baker.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's just a great setup. You know, you think, oh right, it's a murder mystery, and then it just totally twists because
It does.
you think because gradually by end of episode two, I think Steele starts to realise something's not right here. He's trying to contact Sapphire. Sapphire is totally immersed in the character she's playing.
Yeah.
Um,
She plays a murder mystery sort of, what is it, a television actress who's kind of in the same vein as Jessica Fletcher on Murder She Wrote, and everywhere she goes, everywhere Sapphire goes is Sixpence.
yeah,
Um, she ends up running into a murder mystery, and
which it turns out apparently they're the murderers.
apparently, yeah.
Apparently, yeah,
See,
it's
that was always my theory about Murder She Wrote, and so it was fun
what
to.
Jessica Fletcher was bumping them off.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt. Please
Oh,
finish.
no. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was something different, and it showed your Sapphire Steel's vulnerability as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, over to you, Susan.
yeah. I forget what the other character's name. It was Sixpence and like Scrud or something like that, and like they were they were these television or radio murder mystery solvers, and I just thought that was really cool. But that was the way that the trap maker could keep time, could keep uh, Sapphire uh, completely distracted, entertained, pulled away, and she really did uh, sort of go all directions in that. And I enjoyed watching. I enjoyed the narration by Colin Baker. To be honest, I really liked the way his story was like the story was explained and stuff, and like and then the interesting layers of different places. Like they kept bebopping around in terms of like where they were. They went from like New York, or excuse me, not New York. They went from Cairo to um what was it, Liverpool, where they just went a ton of different places. They went to um, uh, there was like was it Ireland, because they had like this Irish character, but then like halfway through the the third story, uh Steele was like, you can stop with that accent, you
Yeah,
know. You can speak some received pronunciation, or
English. You're an actor.
yeah. So yeah,
We're in a radio play.
all of these different spots that they were supposedly in were just fiction. It was so cool. I mean, it was like, I mean, it really is like the a nightmare, I guess, for someone who works with Big Finish. That's why I thought it was so funny that on our on the app it says that Nicholas Briggs was was playing Arthur. I was like, oh, he's writing a story about trapping some of his faves in an audio book. Ah, oh, great. Oh, that's the way he's gonna hold on to these things. I see. Anyway,
But it's wrong.
but that was wrong because you said that it was Ian Hallard.
Ian Hallard, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, it was that was my theory, is that that's why the story was written this way. And I loved the fact that they were all like, yeah, we should have a drink, and then at the end of the thing, it was all like, have a drink. We're not even in a bar. We're not even anywhere. Where are we? That was so cool and so fun.
And also as well, the reveal of the villain of the piece, Tam, but turns out it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
child that wants to play this game,
Yeah,
and the only way to escape this thing is to ignore the child.
or to finish playing the CD.
Yeah,
And that was, I mean, isn't that always the way it goes when you're listening to a story and your inner child is all encaged and you're just so into it. You don't want it to end, and damn it, it just ends. I mean, I just listened to Battlefield Earth, which is 44 hours long. And by the end I was like, okay, it's all right. This one took a great
it's
deal.
on
I don't mind. Let's just move on.
that.
But I mean, at times, like, I get caught into it, like with Asimov, I do, and with Anne Rice stories, I do. I just get sucked in so much. Anyway, yeah, the murders seem impossible. The murders seem just absolutely like they come out of nowhere, and
It's like I like the part where Steele was sort of being like the detective sort of thing, but telling him everything's not real. What
Yeah,
what color was the manservant's eyes? The one who had his tongue cut out.
right.
Yeah, you can't remember that because he doesn't exist. He's just a sound effect.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
Nightmare of a big Finnish performer.
I mean, to me, to write something,
Very, what do they call it? Very meta.
yeah, I think this is very the way Steele starts talking to the narrator, telling the narrator to stop. You're talking to me. Is that meant for me? Uh, you think, oh, right, it's took a turn here.
Yeah.
But to write something like this, though, he must have sat down and write how he scripted this. I don't know. Must have been a lot of alcohol.
Mhm.
Joseph Lidster, if you're listening, a lot of alcohol to get through this one, I think. But I enjoyed it. I mean, at the time when I got this, back in the day, was it 2007? I didn't realize this was the final one until I read up on it. I thought, oh,
Until you very end, and they're like, "Oh, it's so quiet," and then you're like,
it's all so quiet.
"No, you did it to me again."
We're trapped.
Oh, these assholes. And then the other thing was like like all good, like a lot of good science fiction. It started way back discovering a tomb in Egypt. You
Mm.
gotta love it when that happens because you're just like, I mean that's how Stargate started. That's actually how X-Men started. I mean, like there's just all these cool things. It's, it's a very bodacious way of starting a fantasy or science fiction story. So that was fun, I'd say.
Yeah, it was good to sit down and listen to this again because it's you only listened to it once, didn't you? You didn't have to re-listen and think, oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that again.
No,
Mm.
I listened to part of it at the end of the perfect day. I just kept going.
All right.
But so I listened to that first one. So I was like, I was all excited for the Egypt thing, and then I was just like, whoa, Colin Baker, and whoa, Colin Baker, and why, and I couldn't figure out why it sounded like um
Colin Baker.
well no, but why it sounded like Steele was not himself.
Hmm.
I just I just that was so weird. But then I went back and listened to it again, made it all the way to the end, and then I was like, oh, I could put this one. I was able to put the pieces in place.
I liked also as well. There was just like a passing thing where there was someone outside was trying to help them. Silver. He was trying to send them a message via the song.
Yeah,
This is from a Mr. Silver,
yeah,
um, and they didn't really cotton on that he was trying to get through to them.
right. Yeah.
Uh, but they're trapped in a CD, and the only way to find out what happens is listening into
All the way to the end.
only to
So
the
I
end.
and so I listened to all of the interviews all the way at the end. I was just like, I have to make it. It's just I want to honor that. So that was fun too. And I enjoyed the way that they they had to find a way to communicate, and that was so challenging
Yeah.
as due to their plight. I mean,
Well,
usually their communication narrates the story. Their communication
yeah.
explains the paradoxical, and and you got one of the kids saying, um, "Aren't you worried about paradoxes?" And Steele's like, "No, not worried about it at all, because you've already set it up." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." That was like a good resolution. I felt resolved. I loved it. I loved it when, like, the rules of time are are kind of like in flux. Like, the kid wasn't as didn't seem as big of an authority as some of the other people who played time over the past
Mhm.
2 seasons. So that was good. Um,
Yeah.
what about you? Did you have any sort of overarching thoughts about the nature of time and the way that the story
Well, you didn't. We know
came
Sapphire
for
Steel.
you?
We know with Sapphire Steel it is all about Tam being the villain and breaking through. But this one, you don't. It's not really mentioned. You don't know why they're there. They don't know why they're there really, because they're under a different character. They think they're someone else. But
Uh-huh.
until episode 3, when Steel sort of breaks through that character and starts shouting and bawling like the normal Steely is.
Yeah,
Um, and then episode 4 is when you find out Time has taken, oh, what's his name? Is it Mr. Banning or something? The author
yeah,
he's taken him from 1987 and put him into 2007,
yeah,
um, to write this radio play, to trap Sapphire and Steel. Really, like they did back in the TV series. It was all a trap just for them two, and it worked. The trapped.
worked again.
It worked again. Um, and who knows how they get out, if they get
Yeah,
out.
yeah, would yeah.
They got out last time because it
So
was
we'll
meant.
have to.
It was mentioned because Sapphire said in this one, it's another trap, like last time.
Yeah, that's true. She did say that.
So they got out. So we shall see what happens in the next story if and when we go down that route.
Yeah, we'll continue this at another time. But the let's um, let's see. Have you have you talked about everything that you want to talk about series 2 as well?
Yeah, I think series 2 is up there as well. There's more stories in this one than series 1. I think. What's this one? Number 6. And there was only 5 in the. No, there was 2, 4. Yeah, there was 5 in the first series, so 6 in this one, and there's 4 in series 3. But
Yeah,
yeah, overall, from day one up till when they finished doing this, I totally forgot about Lumley and McCallum.
it's
Warner and
all
Warner,
Harper and
Warner sort of became Sapphire
Warner.
and Steel for me. Not taking anything away from the original stars, but they became the next. I was going to say the next generation of Sapphire and Steel. for me, and enjoyable. And you can do more on audio than you could have done on the TV screen anyway.
Yeah.
Because you just can you do your paint box. You can just do anything visually
Hey,
in your mind.
yeah. And Lidster did have. I mean, this would have been the kind of thing that would have been a decent ending for the whole run. But you
Yeah,
know, I am so glad that they continue. I
I
can't.
just I don't know why they made the decision to release four more after this instead of instead of inserting the four stories into season two.
Right, right.
I don't get it, but I don't know who made the decision at the time, but they do release it as a continuation from this one.
Well, it, it it's very meta because of I mean you can see that this was what really where they wanted to to create the kind of reality of Sapphire and Steel in the homes and in the
Yeah,
listening devices of all the people who bought the series and bought this final episode. You know, they just wanted to bring that right home, right into your living room, right into your eardrums. You know,
now Big Finish has stopped doing CDs.
so anymore it couldn't be that way. It would have to be stuck in a file. Uh, and there we are in the Matrix again.
And also as well, just in the past week, Big Finish have been having problems with the app. So for me,
What
I,
with their app?
yeah, there's been a few problems with the app. On I think it's on Apple. Um, not the app's not working. Or
The new app or the old app? Because if
yeah,
you've got the old app,
the app what's out now. Yeah,
okay, the if you
we had problems with it over a year ago, but now
yeah,
in
I never changed my app.
in the past week, people who use the app on Apple
Yeah.
as have been facing a few problems. So to me, I don't see how that warrants getting rid of physical.
Media.
Yeah,
If
surely
if you are relying on an app to listen to be the
yeah,
listening device
yeah.
on on your iPhone and dis you've disconnected from the old app except for those who kept it like me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're going to do. Like
Well,
that's crazy.
I would say to me,
I heard that people were struggling with the app when it first was released, the new app. So
yeah,
I immediately I didn't immediately delete my old one, and I just deleted the new one.
well, to
And
say,
it works, and the old one still works.
yeah, because they've gone back to the old, they went back to the old one, they scrapped the new one because
Now,
the new one wasn't working when they put it out last year. Or it was yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, they decided that the new one wasn't working, so they went back to the old app.
okay, so people are struggling with the old app then this
Yeah,
week. Oh,
yeah, on Apple, as far as I know.
okay,
But this is to me is the reason why they should keep physical.
okay, all right. Damn, that's unfortunate. Well, guys, we really want you to keep providing us with physical media and and with files that we can download or with apps that work. So please make sure that things work on your end. I know from working with the transportation agency that I work with my consumers on is an app that is relied upon for continuity's sake. You really need to have those apps up and running and doing the best that they can all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it becomes a stumbling block when you can't listen to, for especially for those with like phobias and with other integrated disabilities and visible disabilities. Sometimes people require big finish outs to maneuver through society in a healthy way. So big finish, it is my request as a listener, with an invisible disability, that you work on making sure that that app works, so that when I'm in a crowd of people, I can have headphones on and be listening to some of my Doctor Who audios, or Sapphire and Steel audio, and you know can be distracted from the kind of brokenness that there is in society. And thank you for that reasonable accommodation for my disability. And Lee requires it just for his ongoing sense of self, because he has been a Hoovian his whole damn life. So good, 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 good apps. Keep working on fixing it. Let's get it done. And and as you were thinking about apps, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do like and subscribe. We would request that you do that. And so, Lee, do you have anything else? Do you want to talk about?
No, I think we've touched on everything.
Okay,
Um,
then please, what's your final say and score then for
uh, just because it's so
last hour?
t- time and effort to write this, the way it's written and performed, and the way it makes you go, "Oh, what's going on here?" It's a bit of a mind fuck. Um, but I can't knock it because it's a great. It's one of those. It's going to be 10. It's got to be 10. What shall we say? 10 narrators out of 10. Or 60. Yeah, it's a good one, but it does mess with your head.
Yeah, it does. And I will agree with the numerical coefficient therein. I think that the direction was great. I think it was directed by Lisa, I think. And I think that you're only as cool as your characters, and the characters of Sapphire and Steel are super cool. And I don't know what we'll do without David Warner in the world. Again, I'm just like flummoxed. What the hell are we going to do without David Warner? He was such a fucking good actor. Oh my God. And he and Susanna Harker did. I do agree with what Lee said, that they do inhabit, and they have created completely completely brilliant sapphires and steels. And let me see. There's the other thing that I wanted to give credit to was the soundscape on this, because you really do, as you're going through the idea that a person is not a person, it's sound effect, because the soundscape is so good, because the soundscape on the audio that we're listening to, that is the audio of the it's just that kind of circular thinking. It just blew my mind. So anyway, excellent soundscape. And so
Mm.
I will give this 10. I'll give this 10 Egyptian uh, Egyptian sort of minaret colors out of 10. I just thought that the whole soundscape of Egypt was real authentic. And it's always best if science fiction starts in ancient Egypt or ancient anywhere, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Syria,
Ancient geeks assembled.
ancient Greeks assembled. Oh, maybe, yeah. Or
10
we're
years. Yeah.
And if I get trapped in YouTube, that's not a bad thing because I'll just end up like hanging out with all the cat videos. Okay, if you ever find if I ever find myself like trapped in YouTube, I'm going to be over there in the cat videos. Okay, that you can find me there. Yeah. So, uh, or sitting there listening to my Alyosha singing. You know, he's a good singer. Anyway, other things are if you want to join us, we've this week we've had Ramona Schnitzer came back and she was great. It was great to have her back, and we'd like to have you return if you've been missing for a while, or just join us, brand new people if you'd like.
Hold
Slightly.
on, you. Hold on, you. We're not bothered.
And right, and so you need to be over 18, have a microphone, camera,
Yeah.
device, and Zoom app. Be willing to watch and listen to what we watch and listen to, and come 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and then also, um, if you're on YouTube, hit the bell notification because we do have a couple. We do produce content every single week. We're we're only too happy to have you come and join us and listen to everything that we put out. So hit subscribe and hit the bell notification every week. We tune out something new.
Yeah.
Anyway, so glad to have you along for the listen. If you've made it to this point in this podcast, boy,
Are you insane?
you rock. Y'all rock so hard. We know you're like us. You us. You have become like us. Anyway, thanks. And thanks for watching.